lot of the big Victorian villas are very angular, very nicely proportioned because they knew how to do proportion. That became a sort of feel we were looking for. If you could draw the site plan again with the sort of really rigid routes through, it lent itself to, you know, more geometric form. And we got the juices flowing, I think, which is really what I think architects should be about. One of the things that we try and do at HLM is, I think sometimes we can create our own work while creating something wonderful for a client. And I remember on that morning thinking, this campus has really got no heart. And it's really weird because it's ended up several years later being called Heart of the Campus.
One of the key building blocks of our estate strategy is the creation of really exciting social learning space. And there was a feeling that Collegiate always lacked that kind of nub, that hub where students could have a strong focus, presence for a range of services as well as the academic programmes that we delivered on the site. So really it was a no-brainer. We needed to do something for those academic departments, and creating the Heart of the Campus has enabled us to relocate them into what is some of the best teaching facilities in the whole of the estate.
We did a site analysis drawing. From that, we then started to think about the local vernacular. This is a very famous Victorian suburb, and it was really obvious that this building needed to be some sort of connection. We then started to come up with this average mass for a typical Victorian villa in Broome Hall.
It was clear that they really understood what we were trying to achieve in terms of creating that sense of place, that vibrant academic environment, at the same time having that empathy and sympathy with the conservation area that we were in.
The narrow entrance into Broome Grove was a really big problem for us because it is a main entrance. It's not meant to be a secondary entrance, but it sort of could have felt like one. And I think with the artwork, the big deer and the fret cut sort of cladding and the colours works quite successfully. So, you know, a really nice addition to the architecture, throws a little bit back to history, uses a local artist and satisfies the planning requirement to bring a percentage of artwork into the building. As soon as you walk in, there's a level of pride, but I think the other thing is when you walk in, it's just so calm. It feels like a really busy building that's just working. So it's quite a journey. So when I walk in the building, I feel really comfortable.
The Atrium is, I think, the personality of the building. It's the place where students and academic staff can come together, they can collaborate, and it's just got a real buzz about the thing. And that's where you see, well, actually this building ticks all the boxes because you get a real sense of place.
The pod in the Atrium was sort of controversial, I think, from day one. It was an element that potentially could have been value engineered out. And we felt that was the one bit of perhaps delight that we ought to try and maintain. So we really got the support of the university, which was great. We had this idea of the glass sort of leaning forward into the Atrium so you get more view down and you can see up into it as well. When you walk in the entrance, I did it immediately this morning, it draws your eyes straight away. I wonder what's going on up there, which is one of the delights of being in a building. You know, I think interaction with architecture is what it's all about. Late in the day, what came in was a little bit more site area. It just became more and more obvious that that ought to be part of the building, so we almost created like a mini atrium. It creates a nice story as you walk around, you know, you're in this space and you think, oh, what's down there? And you walk through the lovely seating area and suddenly it opens up again.
The MOOC core is there to support the delivery of our law programmes. So it replicates quite realistically, well very realistically, a real court of law. One of the successes of the designer is this kind of openness and transparency that we've brought into the building, so students can see the law students going through their paces and seeing that that's being actively used.
And the lecture theatre took some of the colourways from the building and from the other furniture and mixed it up, so all the seats are all different colours all the way up, which just adds that little bit of delight and bit of interest. It's a great space. I think one of the things that you need is repeat business, and the best ever reference is just go and look at one of our buildings. Go and talk to the university and ask them what they think about the heart of the campus.
We're very happy with the work that HLM have done, and I can quantify that through the brilliant feedback we've had from the students.
It's not everything's not for profit. It's for continuity, isn't it?